take so long to do drugs?
Is that Rainbow Dash on your shirt?
I don't want to feel the feelings.
I need to eat a bunch of cheese boxes.
The best parts of hanging out with these guys, without the hangover.
What is up, listeners and viewers? Welcome to Zig and Larry. Ignore a topic, the only podcast where you can smell the high cholesterol through your earbuds.
Brought to you from not quite St. Petersburg, Florida, and Springfield, Illinois adjacent.
Oh boy! I mean, seriously, we're both of us are looking like hypertension made a wish on a monkey's paw and became real boys.
At least I am literally sitting with my feet up on a recliner because it's my only option currently. So you can take in all of this. I'm slowly just melting into every piece of furniture that I own.
You are becoming lazy boy, and I appreciate it.
I wish I wasn't. And the problem is that I'm stinking up every single good seat in the house. The chaise lounge on the couch, my side of the bed, this recliner. Because anytime I move, when you're moving with a walker and a hop at a very like gingerly pace, it doesn't take much in this humidity to work up a powerful sweat.
I'm certain of that. I am, especially where you are. It's just. I'm assuming that every morning you just wake up, take a nice stretch, and just drip. It's just.
Well, thank God for central air, but I have developed quite the routine, the morning routine since my injury. I've perfected it at this point. I'm not going to say I perfected it because perfection is not attainable, but I've achieved a very manageable routine in the morning. It's much different than my previous routine, but we're always evolving. Typically, I wake up several times during the night because when I'm not injured, I sleep on my side. But when I am forced to basically sleep on my back. And with the amazing amount of sleep apnea that I have, I wake up, I would say, once every hour, almost dying. A near-death experience almost wakes me up, I would say, 2 or 3 times a night. So that's fun.
Yeah, I love that our bodies just are like, you know what? I think I'm done now. No.
Yeah. No,
we got to keep going just a little bit longer. Nah, we finally caught up with our spirit, and we're giving up now.
This level of just discomfort and horror would not have been acceptable to me 20 years ago. But now I'm just like, that's just one more thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it. I slowly sink into the pillows. I wake up sometime around between 7 and 9, depending on how many times I almost wake up going, it's coming. Okay. I see the Reaper. Okay. So then
I don't want to play chess. What? Oh, sorry. That's an old Bill and Ted reference right there for all of our Gen Z listeners.
Who was the guy that played Death of those? He was tremendous.
He is that guy. He's one of those character actors. He was a bad guy in Die Hard 2, the bad guy that is doing Tai Chi naked at the beginning. That's him. I mean, the guy is fantastic. I got to we got to give him a shout out. Not that it matters, but we're going to talk about him. What's that?
He could be dead. We don't know.
I know he's not dead because he's been in some stuff recently.
Well, I mean, like as of today.
Fair enough. Let's see. His name is William Sadler.
I was hoping it'd be something wackadoo, but that's fairly normal.
Yeah, that's a good name. William Sadler.
Billy Sad. Sad Billy.
Billy Sads. Well, I got the Billy Sads sometimes. You like the you like the stocking cap? It's a chilly day down here in the Danger Dungeon. So here's what happens. When it is warm outside, which it's like in the 50s here right now, because climate change is a hoax.
Right, of course.
It's in the 50s here.
Always is December in the Midwest.
Yeah. So it's not like the heat's not coming on. So I am in the Danger Dungeon without the heat kicking on. So it has been a hooded sweatshirt or a beanie kind of day all day down here in the danger.
You're down below the earth. That's how the
Yeah.
settlers kept their turnips from rotting.
This
That's
is-
where you are.
This is how geothermal works. In
Mhm.
fact, Nicole, because I used to work in renewable energy before the owner of that
Farting into a
company.
jar and selling it is not renewable energy. I don't believe I have to tell you this again and again and again.
I'm gonna need a diagram.
I can't draw, you know that.
That you know what? Then I guess your argument is invalid in my
As
opinion.
per usual. Moving on.
But yeah, she was asking me about how geothermal worked, and we had one of those days where both of us were down here, and it was like a nice day outside, but we're both down here in like sweats and sweatshirts, and we're just like, oh my god, it's so cold down here. And I finally was like, this is geothermal, sweetie, because when it's warm out, the ground is cool and it's drawing all the cool air, and then when it's cold outside, it's vice versa. And she was like, oh, thank you, that breaks it down. For someone who is way smarter than me, there's stuff that I'm like, I get to teach you. I gotta adjust this. Hold on, we gotta adjust the beanie because I'm having a hard time hearing.
You're explaining how you said something very smart to your wife and you're fighting with your headgear.
There, it looks like I just came off the docks.
There it is. Spectacular.
The seas were rough today. Poseidon was angry. There. That's for the viewers. That's going to be a good look the rest of the fucking time.
Now that's what they got going for us. What we got going for us looks.
Yeah. Yeah. What is happening with my phone? It's been a day, buddy. I shouldn't complain. Look at you.
Well, here I want to go through real quick. My day is the same as it's always been. So yeah, so after it's real quick. It's I could sum up the last 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks of my life pretty easy now that I have a plan. So once the Reaper doesn't get me, I managed to hone myself out of the bed just enough to stand on one leg and piss into a plastic bucket that my wife will throw away for me at some point and not even make a fuss about it. If you have somebody who throws away your waste without bringing it up daily, keep that person. You win.
That person is your person.
I could go to the bathroom, which is not terribly far away. She's like, don't do that. That's terrible. So what I actually do, and I don't so much wake up as upon sleeping, then the race starts. Because usually what gets me out of bed is the horrible urge to take an immediate shit, which is terrifying when you realize that you can't just walk the 5-7 feet to the bathroom. You've got to do like the one-legged bounce, bounce, bounce shuffle on this fucking walker. And every time you bounce, you fart a little bit, which is kind of a warning as well as an encouragement.
Yes.
It's only
your ass is just proud of the job you're doing, so it's clapping a little bit for you.
It's urgent though, because the medication that I'm on constipates me. So right before bed, now like I'm 112, I down this concoction of fiber that is roughly flavored like orange. It's got aspartame in it, so it tastes like Tang, chalk, and disgust for your own body. It's fucking disturbing, but it works a treat. Right around 8 in the morning, your body's gonna go, hey, guess what? The pills ain't got nothing on the colon. Time to get up and giddy up. So you go there.
So that sounds like all the cocktails we mixed for ourselves in college.
Yeah, but what comes out of me is solid now, and it's aggressively solid. It's one big piece that is actually colon shaped. I'm not sure how that does it when it comes out of the Play-Doh factory that is my current body. But it managed to keep the S shape, which is interesting. And then while you're there, you're like, well, I might as well get something else done, because it's interesting to try to take a shit with one leg cocked directly at a 90-degree angle out into the universe. You need a lot more wiping, so you need to work up to that. You just let that happen. So I brush my teeth and floss from the toilet now, because getting up for that seems horrible.
And you just reach right down between your legs, right in the water, and rinse the toothbrush.
I haven't done it yet, but you just give me a brilliant
God,
idea.
that made me feel gross. Like I said it, and I hate myself now. I mean, I hated myself before, but now I really do.
I'm all for streamlining the process. if I take a shower that involves the help of the wife currently, so typically it's me standing on one leg, bracing myself against the door jamb, which I've done several times in the past before, but now I'm doing it to wash myself, where I wash each armpit individually, then my crotch and hole in 3 times. This, by the way, has taken about a half hour to 40 minutes already. Then I look at the rest of the things in the bathroom and I give up. There is no more things. There's no cleaning the ears. There's no shaving. There's no brushing of anything. Maybe the beard if it's for some reason tangled. But like there's nothing else. All the implements, we just leave them sit. The trimmers and the whatnot. And then we 3-leg bounce hobble to one of the 3 areas in the house where I sit, where I've immediately worked up a sweat yet again. So immediately negating everything that I have done. So I've stank up to bed, washed myself. I've smelled good for 30 seconds. I plop down. I refuse to drink coffee because then all I have to do is just piss 4 times during the day. And then we only piss while standing up or only piss outside of the bedroom or bathroom in the bedroom. I don't do that in the living room. That just seems like too much. And then that's about it. Then we turn on a device and look out the window and go, jeepers, I bet it'd be nice to walk out there.
And that device is a vibrating butt plug.
It's it's the one that plugs in. Actually, it's the one that runs on diesel or biofuel. I found
a nice pull start.
It will run on fry oil, but then your asshole smells like a Wendy's.
It's a different how. I guess usually it smells like Long John Silver's, so Wendy's would be an upgrade.
And I'm glad that I finally went back into a Long John Silver's. They only have a few of them left for the first time in years. But I went, that's what that smell was. Got it.
Yeah, we've got the Long John Silver's A&W restaurant combo here, and it gets robbed a lot. Well, it did until people, I think, started realizing there's no money here because no one ever comes here. It's got to be somebody's laundering money through that motherfucker because I've never seen more than like 2 cars in the parking lot.
I've actually never been in a Long John Silver's. It's just like fish fillets, hush puppies, and French fries, right? Like, are there more than 3 things on that menu?
I got to be honest with you, pal. I don't know because I haven't eaten at a Long John Silver's for over 15 years.
I'm glad you're keeping track of it.
Well, I say that because when Glenn was little, he had like 3 months where he loved pirates. And so he saw Long John Silver's, knew that was the Long John Silver was the name of a pirate. And he was like 4 or 5. So he was like, I want to go to the pirate restaurant. And I was like, you're gonna shit like one, buddy. That's what you're gonna do. Let's go.
It's more of a fish stick hut, pal, but all right, sure. You want mass-produced tartar sauce in your life? I suppose we could do that to you.
That's the thing. If they weren't like, if they would just tell the truth and just put like the Gordon's Fisherman on the fucking front of the building, I would eat there twice a week. I guarantee it. If they were just like,
that's all it takes for you. That's what I need.
Just be honest with me.
There you go.
Oh fuck! Speaking of fish, today I saw. I know that sturgeon exists, right? Like the fish, a sturgeon.
I'm aware that the animal exists. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What I didn't realize is that left unencumbered, those motherfuckers get up to like 16 feet long.
Huh.
And they live in rivers. Rivers.
Okay.
Where we are, near where. So, that's okay. First off, I'm watching this video and I was like, well, first off, what the fuck, Moby Nope? And then I was like, no, a better question is why the fuck? Why the fuck? Why in the name of Ahab does this goddamn thing exist? And because I know.
Isn't it delicious?
I don't know, but I look like the kind of guy that would go a noodling for it.
Yeah, I mean, you want it to be big if it's delicious. You want a lot of it.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm afraid to turn on the tap water because I'm afraid that that's going to invite some moistened demon spirit into my home that looks like that thing.
Dude, were you watching River Monsters and you just got yourself all fucking hot and bothered? Gave yourself some matter of night terrors over a possible fish?
Look, sometimes I do stupid things when Nicole's not home, and this is one of them. Yes, It would make sense to me if something that big, if they were like, and this lives in the ocean, I'd be like, absolutely. The ocean is the biggest thing. It is most of the thing. That it's the most thing. The ocean is. It's a lot of thing, and
good amount of thing.
But this motherfucker looked like something that Godzilla would fight on our behalf. That's what it looked like.
Does it help you at all for me to say just don't go into the river?
It does. I already
avoid sturgeon infested rivers.
I already avoid the river. I grew up near the river. And I what I realized, one, growing up near the river, but also seeing this thing, first and foremost, God exists, but he's pissed off at us. That's why that thing exists. And two, I now know for a fact that my parents hated me because they would encourage me to go swimming in the Mississippi River where those things live. And at the time, I was a little husky lad, and I would have been a real sweet treat for that monster mouth motherfucker. And they were encouraging me to go splash about the old muddy Mississippi. I swear to God, you see posters of this animal is missing. That fucking murder trout is the culprit. That is, he's why.
Your nicknames growing up were Oopsie, Accident, and Chum. Basically what I'm gleaning
yes.
here.
Yep. My dad, lovingly, my father always referred to me as the poster child for prophylactics.
There you go.
Yeah.
What a kind man.
Isn't he great? Isn't he great? Folks,
refuse to say a bad word, he'll find me.
Yeah, he will. He will. But I don't think he listens to podcasts because,
don't care.
Yeah,
don't care.
But my sister does. Hey, sis.
Not putting it in the universe. Not putting it in the universe.
I know my little sister does listen to this podcast. She loves this podcast, and she has said multiple times, "I will never tell Dad about this podcast."
Thank you very much, Denham.
Thank you, sis. But yeah, I also realized today, Zig, I wish I knew how to dance. Like I can.
Wait, hold on. So these are your two big realizations today.
Yeah.
You're afraid of the possibility of a large fish being somewhere in a river that might be next to you.
Hell, it could be in my house right now. I don't know.
It's not. And you want to know how to dance.
I wish I knew how to dance. Like I can.
Your wife is out of town currently, right?
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah.
That's the other thing you guys need to realize. I am a large man. Like, not height-wise.
They've heard it. They've heard it.
I know, but hold on. Hold on. I'm an independent man. I am brave. But I'm also I make a pillow version of my wife to snuggle up to while she's gone, and I leave the front room light on so I have a night light. Because I already have bad thoughts. I don't need to invite the shadow beings into my bedroom.
Half the time I leave the bedroom window open and a big sign that says money here, just hoping somebody will come in with the machete and end it.
Yeah, well, and that's every night I'm like, just shut the light off and go lay down. And then anytime I do, I'm like, they're here and they're looking at me. You are surrounded by weaponry. Yeah, but what if it's not? What if this isn't the one that does it? I'm scared.
Whenever Nicole leaves, we add bullet holes to the walls inside. This place is getting harder and harder to sell.
Are you decorating again, honey? I heard a pop in the wall. It was coming for me. There was a raccoon outside, and you had left it a loaf of bread.
Do you feel you don't know how to dance, and what sport of dance do you feel you need to know how to perform?
Like I can dance. I can cut a rug. Like I can slow dance. I can do a little swing dancing. I can two-step. Because I mean that legally I was required to know how to two-step.
We were forced to learn in high school gym.
Yeah. I can silly dance. Like if I'm just out there having a good time on the dance floor, I can be a big old goofwad and have fun. But I wish I knew, like I enjoy. In fact, I've shared a couple clips on TikTok of our show. I don't think it's done any good, but I've done it. And but then I see people dancing. I see guys like my size who can actually dance, and it makes me sad that I can't. Like, these guys are really moving. They're doing like cool dances where they're like hands and feet are coordinated and they're not biting their lower lip. Like,
it's never been something that interested me. I don't feel like I need to. Well, I mean, big shocker coming from me, where it's like, it doesn't matter. We're all dust in the wind anyway. But the only 2 times in anything close to recent history that weren't my wedding, I did dance at the wedding because you have to.
I danced at your wedding.
Where there was somebody else's wedding, and I
also
walked
broke
in.
a glass at your wedding.
Yeah, that's why they got waiters and shit. I was at a wedding with my wife, and a song came on, and one of her friends, it was a friend of hers, so I don't really know very many people here, and she just goes, "You have to go dance to this." And I looked right at her friend and literally just went, more caustically than I wanted to. It just said, "I don't have to do shit." Which did shut her down, and we didn't hear about that for the rest of the evening. But it came out, I was trying to have it be cutesy, and it didn't. And then at the holiday party of her company at the time, it was like they rented out a huge area. It was like one of those where like rent out this huge space in a downtown. She worked for a hotel chain, so it was like the downtown Chicago hotel, and it was in their ballroom, and it's like just decked out to the nines with food and bars and like games and stuff. And she got me out on the dance floor after one too many cocktails. I'm like, "Sure, you asked for it." I decided to headbutt and skank while wearing a suit and tie. It's like, "You're done. That's enough." I'm like, "Thank you very much." And I feel like after that, I've done all the dancing I need to do. Like,
That's fair. See, now in high school, I did a lot of theater. I know you and I, being theater kids, you had to take more dance classes than I did.
I had to take 3 semesters of dance for my degree and 1 semester of math.
Yeah.
So that tells you how amazing my degree and how worthless it is.
But in high school, there was a lot of overlap with like the Palm Squad and the girls that did theater, and they all taught me like toe points and a handful. I had to learn to waltz for a show that I was in.
Yeah, actually, me too.
Yeah, I was playing the romantic lead, which my buddy Ben, thank you, Ben Beams, he was like, so I lost weight. The beard was well trimmed. It worked. But he brought a literal choreographer in to teach me how to waltz. And this poor girl was like trying to explain, and she's like, "Oh, and I was like, I don't know anything. I know nothing about any of this."
Come on, we're gonna teach this big old horse how not to shit in the street.
That's exactly. We're gonna bring this show pony into the house. Let's not let him shit in the kitchen.
That's not how ponies work. They don't do that. No. They're not litter trained. It's not a thing.
But she's like, "Okay, all right, I can do this. I can teach anybody to dance." And the girl I was playing opposite of, Sarah, was like, and Nicole was, I think she was stage managing. But they were both like, "You're not going to teach him. You just not. This is not his fun." I'm like, I can do this. And so, God, what was her name? The choreographer. She was like, "Okay, what sports did you play?" And I was like, I steer wrestled. She's like, "Well, that's not helpful at all." She was like, "What else did you do?" I said, "I team roped." She goes, "From a horse?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Not a lot of." Okay, that's not help. She goes, "Anything else?" And I was like, "I boxed. I boxed." And she was like, "That I can fucking work with. I can work." And she was so excited. It was like that scene in The Miracle Worker when she finally got Helen to sign water.
Egg.
Water. Oh God, he's got it. And so she was just like, "Oh my God." And so when she put it in terms of, "All right, get up on the balls of your feet," and she had me up, and I'm like, all right. And she's like, "No, but your hands can't be like,
but don't hit me."
Well, that's the thing. When Sarah would approach, I'd start getting into the, and she's like, you can't put your hands up. You look like you're gonna fight her. And I was like, right, okay. She's like, but if you just get your hands wide, maybe instead if your instinct is to come up and come in with she's like, do your hands
wide. Taking
wide.
some creative license in this here community theater production. I'm gonna punch this bitch on opening night.
What?
She bow and then go team roping.
she dropped her left. What did you expect me to do? I've been telling her the entire time, don't drop your damn left.
Steven Sondheim presents Larry Smith lays this bitch out sideways.
Oh, that nearly came out my nose. God damn it.
Good.
Hey, today we're sponsored by spliffsociety.org, as we always are.
Why don't you go and check out spliffsociety.org? They're the purveyor of fine, spectacular, all-natural spliffs. That's right. If you are smoking your favorite herb out of garbage, stop it, because you're failing at life, and nobody likes you.
And your family is sad. You make your family sad.
About you behind your back. Your family is sad for a lot of reasons. This is just what they brought up to us.
This is why your wife left you and took the kids.
But if you go to spliffsociety.org, for real, they have spectacular products, and their flagship is a pre-rolled artisanal spliff made only of torched palm leaves. They have a perfect flavor. There's no glue. There's no additives involved. They all have a nice little filter, and they come in several different sizes for you to enjoy solo or with a whole bunch of folk. However you like to get down. No judgment over there. Whole bunch of other products as well. And if you use the code Zig and Larry, in all caps.
All caps. Yeah, and when you type it in, you have to say it like you just like the Zig and Larry.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Like as if you're about to squish the duck. Zig and Larry, or the bunnies rather.
Yeah. Damn it, Lenny! Just buy the split.
Zig and Larry at checkout to get a nice little discount. Help them out. They're also helping out the world. They support a lot of really groovy charities, hence the .org. So go check.
And the guys that run it are just rad dudes.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Fucking right on dudes. So check it out. Stop, and that's the other thing. Stop buying. Look, the dispensary's great. The maneuvers that your cool Uncle Charlie taught you are also, they're fine. But the shit, I'm telling you right now, we've got a buddy that's a professional. Let's say he's an independent pharmacist. Can I use that term and have everyone understand what I'm saying? He tried this. We took him some samples, and even he was like, this is amazing. This is the best shit I've ever used. And he is starting to share the website with some of his patients. And so let's
so you heard here first, folks. It's weed dealer approved.
Be ungovernable. Go to spliffsociety.org.
Spectacular. Well, is that enough bullshit? Can we get into my bullshit? Because I'm excited about my bullshit.
Hey, I'm just along for the ride. I'm just here in the house. No dog, no wife. I'm all alone. I'm just all alone and happy to fucking be here.
So this is not what we're going to talk a whole lot about. Well, we'll see. But so I've had a lot of time. Because if I'm up off of my ass for longer than a few minutes, my fucking foot swells up like somebody's just been pouring water into a fucking surgical glove, and it's real cute to look at. So we spend a lot of time on our ass. So from some of the devices that are not sexual, I've been clicking around. This at the beginning of this year, 2021. It's been about a year, so I don't know if they're going to have a second series. I've only been able to catch little glimpses because you can't really get. I don't pay for it enough to get. I bet you with a what do you call those things? Oh God, I'm so old. Where you can trick Netflix into thinking that you're in a different country.
Oh, VPN.
Yeah, I need to get a VPN to look this. John Dealerman, a cartoon from Denmark, buddy.
Okay.
John Dealerman. Does this mean anything to you?
No, this tastes like perfume and.
So what are you drinking? Did it come from Bed Bath & Beyond?
Yeah, it's called a candle refill, but the alcohol content is through the roof. No, I'm drinking a Goose Island Lost Palate, which makes sense because I'm about
Lost Palate?
Yep. 14 IBUs, 6.3% alcohol by volume. I kind of wish I had lost my palate. Woof.
God, I'm literally salivating right now. That can't be good. That can't be a good thing for me.
I usually. Oh, oh shit! No, hold on. Now that I know the flavor profile, Zig, this is great.
It's
a hazy. It's a hazy IPA, with mango and natural cinnamon flavor.
Okay.
Now that I know what that is, fuck, this is good.
Okay, you feel the energy. All right. Sometimes the power of positive suggestion is a little all you need.
So James Dickenpockets. Okay, that's who we're talking about.
You're not John Dillerman.
John Dillerman.
Yeah, spelled Dillerman, but Dillerman. It's from our buddies in Denmark, and it's a children's cartoon. I stumbled upon him. I think it was John Oliver did an expose, but I did some research. He's spectacular. It's only like little 5-minute episodes. But here's the general idea. It's about a middle-aged man. It's like claymation, kind of stop motion claymation, kind of is what
like
it looks.
Wallace and Gromit.
Kind of similar, yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm with you.
Maybe not quite as fantastical, but it's like a middle-aged guy who wears like a Where's Waldo style, like old school like bathing costume, like it's white and red. It's got
so somebody that's not allowed within the 50 yards of the play place at the mall.
Well, yeah, he probably shouldn't be because basically the whole idea of this is for children. He has a prehensile penis that is several meters long that gets him into trouble and just goes. Sometimes it's in the way. Sometimes it does its own thing, and it just goes around and causes a ruckus. John Dillerman, roughly translated English is John Pee-Pee, because Denmark children call their dick a pee-pee. Okay. And the theme song is very like da 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 da. I'm not gonna play it because we get in trouble for that, but I was like da 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 da. It's very cute, and but if you translate it, it's John Pee-Pee, John Pee-Pee. He has the world's longest pee-pee. There's almost nothing he can't do with it. He can swing it around. He can get a little embarrassed. He can save the world if he's only just allowed. And then they go about saying, John Pee-Pee, John Pee-Pee, John Pee-Pee. And that's the whole thing. So this man his dick, like, I've always seen the theme song where it gets himself attached to a bunch of balloons and he flies off into the universe and a woman shoots him down with a shotgun. He falls onto his head. He does a whole lot of weird shit with his wiener. And there you go. There's a picture of John Dillerman using his dick to pour a bunch of lighter fluid onto a grill. Which he apparently is about to make some nice wee-wees, some nice wieners for the entire family there. That is the cartoon that spurred my search, and I just kind of want your opinion. Now, it's not sexualized by any means.
But look, see this embarrassed face? You see that? That's how he should be. Okay, but who hasn't been here? Who hasn't been in this situation?
Yeah, that'd be John. Looks like he's at the circus, being flung about by his own petard, basically.
But, yeah, that does give new meaning to hoisted by my own petard.
Yeah.
Although I've always been afraid to say that out loud because
I do like the fact that his onesie is very similar to like the costumes that the Fantastic Four wear, and this can stretch with him like Mr. Fantastic. You're not just seeing like a big old meat rope. It's at least the same. It looks like a big old cotton candy. There he is being dragged around by his dick on top of some helium balloons. So this was actually, they're standing by it. They made at least 13 of them. They made it with child psychologists to make sure it's not sexualized at all. At one point, John Dillerman is using his dick to tame a lion. I'm not sure if that's a metaphor.
That's definitely. Was it a cougar? He was using his prehensile dick to tame a cougar.
But the kids just think it's silly. You know what I mean? Like this is for like 4-year-olds.
This is the one. This is my favorite one. Just leaning back, holding on to it. Like, what do you think?
You don't know exactly what's on the other end. They're just leaving it up. Leaving it up to you.
Look. He's got, okay, for the listeners, he's looking excited, not excited, but quizzical. His prehensile penis has come up in like a little question mark shape. He's got 3 little lines like, who? It's his penis sense is tingling. He's like,
and sometimes he can make it do what he wants. Sometimes it just does what it wants.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to a real dick in that fashion.
Look at I mean, just look at the sag on this hang right here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that is something. This is what the fuck, my guy. This is fantastic. Oh, hold on.
There he is using it to push a lawnmower while talking on the phone. Because why wouldn't you?
He's using it now to hold some type of Wiener Schnitzel to what some kids are walking their dogs.
Remember, he could use his prick to save the world if he was only given a chance.
Well, okay, we're gonna. Oh boy. Okay. All right.
So that's John, and I wanted to start you with that because that's just whimsy, and I know you like whimsy.
I love whimsy.
I'm not sure what the fuck the people in Denmark are doing. I'm kind of for it though, to be honest.
Obviously,
I
whatever the fuck they want, that's what they're doing.
Whoever thinks that that's like inappropriate for children or sexualized, I think that they're really way uptight and they're just missing the point. It's just for goofiness. You know what I mean? Like it's I can kind of see it, but after looking at that, when I was trying to think of something for today for us to chat about, I was kind of like going down like trying to find like questionable like children's entertainment or cartoons or something from around the world, like something like John Dealerman, like the da 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 John PP, his PP's also groove. But unfortunately, what I found was from Cracked. It's several actual cartoons that were
Dealerman does whatever a dealerman dealer can. Damn it, I missed it. It's on me. I was enjoying too much of this aftertaste of mango and cinnamon. Brought to you by Goose Island. Yes, Goose Island Lost Palate.
Goose Island Lost Palate. It's mango and cinnamon, we're pretty sure. Why not? You're going to hate it until you read that. What does that matter? I don't know, but apparently it do.
It did. I don't know. As soon as I knew that, I was like, all right, that's what I'm tasting.
What I did find was several cartoons, though, that are not fun. They're horrifying, but they were actually developed and shown to children. So after we got the whimsy of John Dealerman, I would like to tell you about some things that I'm pretty sure you've never heard of, because I hadn't.
Okay.
And they're real fucked up. And I managed to, I weeded out all the ones from Japan. So we're not going to be doing any of the Asian ones, anything from the Asian culture, because I think that the culture is a little bit too far removed from a lot of Western cultures for this. Like maybe some things just don't really translate.
Yeah.
Everything that I found is a little bit closer. They're not American cartoons, but they're at least European, which I think is closer than like the Asian culture, just when it comes to entertainment in some aspects, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So this one comes from Britain, and I think it was also shown in France too. The Animals of Farthing Wood.
Well, that sounds pleasant. Okay.
So it's about little baby cartoon animals, Larry.
Little baby cartoon animals. That sounds absolutely adorable. Hand animation, claymation, or was it computer generated?
Early 90s. So it was hand.
So hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, classic, adorable. I'm assuming little big-eyed baby animals going on adventures.
It's more realistic. Think like Disney when they try to go for like realistic looking.
Like Don Bluth.
Yeah, there you go. Kind of like
okay. Yeah, like the Bluth animal. Like Fievel Goes West, or
it's similar, close enough. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Well, or like Bluth when he did the. Okay. No. I'm getting too far in.
So it doesn't really matter, but it's hand drawn, but it's supposed to look.
I'm going as deep as Dealerman would go with this, and that's not
which
needed.
is several meters and around the colon and all the twists and turns.
Yeah.
So this is about a bunch of talking woodland creatures who, after their forest is horrifically destroyed, they make a friendship pact and set out on a grand adventure to find a new home.
Okay, all right. You know what? We're teaching kids about forestry, about the importance of keeping your natural resources. Adorable little. I mean. Okay, all right.
This is a series that went on for 3 seasons. Okay?
3 seasons. Okay.
Here's just a couple of good little. It's a little gory, and they don't pull any punches. They kill off more people in this fucking thing than Game of Thrones. For example, in one episode, the group gains a bunch of new characters. So 2 of the original members of the party, they're field mice. and they have little field mice babies. And then they name the little field mice babies, and they're going through the woods, right? And they're off to find their new home, and stuff happens. And in the next episode, a bird of prey finds them, where it picks them up and drops them onto thorns, onto thickets. The babies, mind you.
That they've
show
named.
this.
That
Yeah, they show
named.
this. Somebody drew this. They literally just introduced these two baby mice to drop them and turn them into food for this fucking raven thing, and drop them into this thorn bush, and you see them impaled.
And you said this is from England?
England. It says Britain/France. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
Where it was created,
it makes
but it was
sense.
shown in both countries,
Especially in the early 90s. Absolutely,
yeah.
because they are still Britain/France, still not too far removed from the horrors of World War II, and are just like, well, shit happens.
Then apparently, after you watch them die, this is for kids. After you watch them die, then the next scene is just their mother crying in sadness and guilt. She apparently turned her back. All three of the kids.
But
all
like,
three of them.
I'm assuming that the father walked up with like a cup of tea and was just like, well, stiff upper lip, we must keep going.
Entirely possible. That just seems so French to me, though. It's just like, death is inevitable.
Smoking a long cigarette, just children should die.
Show the little children that other children will die, and just like their friends will die.
Sometimes children die to make more than they die to. It sometimes happens.
Another uplifting episode.
Okay.
The group is found. They're hiding on a farm, trying to find something to eat, and one of them, Mrs. Pheasant, on a farm, who was found, is shot and killed by a human.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the group after her, well, all the group except for her, manages to escape. But apparently one of the animals was left behind. They didn't say who. The recently widowed Mr. Pheasant apparently volunteers to go back and get the leftover person of their brand. And if you kind of know where this is going. The next scene is the farmer's wife pulling two birds out of the oven. Mr. and Mrs. Pheasant.
So they wrote this as an allegory, right? This is just what the fuck? Life is fleeting. That is so life is fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
When you try to revisit the past, you will die.
Oh, excuse me, I fucked up a little bit. It's actually a little bit more fucked up. Mr. Pheasant goes back to find the lost animal that they left behind at the farm. He looks into the window, sees his wife coming out of the oven, starts to cry, and then as his tears blind him to the world, you see a double-barrel shotgun come up and blow him away.
Oh my God. Yeah. Who directed this cartoon? Quentin Tarantino? Is this an Eli Roth animated production? What the fuck is this?
They did 3 seasons.
Oh
apparently, there's a running total of 23 on-screen deaths.
Oh,
with many of them main characters.
That's worse than The Walking Dead.
Yeah. This is for kids, so they make sure the kids are invested in these characters before killing them off.
I love how you keep saying this is for kids, like you're reminding us.
Fucking screwed up, man. This is the kind of shit that makes me happy. Just so people be like, what the fuck's the matter with you?
Well, and that's the thing. If it's a French cartoon, it's just a bunch of French kids sitting in berets. It's just like 5 years old smoking light cigarettes because those are made for children. just experiencing ennui for the first time.
This what we Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's just all it is. It's just watching your children can you imagine the horror of your 6-year-old's eyes when the babies are just dropped onto the thorn thicket. It's like, oh my God, that's blood. They are bleeding from their eyes. They're screaming.
Mama! Mama! Je t'appelle, mama. I
This one
don't
is
speak
apparently-
French. Sorry.
That was Britain and France. So that was most of Great Britain and France. This
We've
one is
already
just
lost a
France.
bunch of French listeners, so bleh, bleh, bleh.
This one is just in France. I'm going to fuck up the name. It's apparently. Are you familiar? It's apparently based on an MMO video game called Wakfu. WAKFU. Yeah, no,
no, but that's my favorite combination from my local Chinese joint.
Yeah,
I'll take the
looks
whack
like
foo. Can I get pork
extra
apple?
napkins. You're definitely gonna need extra.
Oh
napkins.
yeah. Why
but
is
it's
it so
fairly-
sticky? It's a sticky sauce.
This is just one episode that they go into, and I'm just real happy about this.
And where is this from? Remind me.
This is French. This is straight up French.
Or French, yes.
The last one, remember, was Britain and France.
Yes.
Judging by the animation, I'm guessing that it started in Great Britain. I'm not sure.
Okay.
This one's straight up French,
Okay.
based off this video game that I've never heard of. So, and in all fairness, I've never heard of the game. I've never played the game. But it follows a group of heroes, and it's like the traditional like barbarian hero, wizard hero, blah blah blah, elf hero, and they go through and they find adventures. But occasionally, and at least in this one specific episode, something real fucked up happens, like this. The episode starts off innocently enough. Our heroes are walking through a forest. They're looking for food. They come across a pig. Now, the pig is like very like
who hasn't
stylized. So like this is like it looks like think like Sonic the Hedgehog type animation. Okay. So the pig is like got a big cute grin on his face. He's got little wings for some reason, but it's basically a pig with little wings. They come across a little piglet and they murder the shit out of it. And then the next scene, they've got it on a spit and they're roasting it. Okay. But that's okay. All right.
Okay.
But
A man's got to eat.
Yeah. So they eat the pig, like they devour the pig. And so that's a little weird. The next scene is right next to where they found the pig. There is this cave, and they go to the cave searching for treasure and for adventure. And there's this green mist fart cloud thing, apparently.
Okay.
And all of our heroes breathe in the green mist cloud fart. And guess what? They're all transformed into very cute, wide-eyed, pig-looking things with little wings on them. After a while, they get better. However, in the closing credits, you see a hero with a big sword walk into the cave, turn into this little pig, come out, and then our intrepid heroes find him and proceed. You find out that they killed and ate. It's basically cannibalism. In this episode, our heroes killed and ate one of their buddies thinking it was a piggy. And then it's never brought up again.
And the lesson we've learned is don't do drugs unless you're in a group that you trust.
I would say if you are in a position where you've accidentally eaten your buddy because you think he's a little piglet, do drugs. Do all the drugs.
You know what?
Find as
Do
many
more
blister
drugs.
packs as you can.
Yeah.
And you just choke that shit down. But yeah, they don't even like, they let the kids like think, wait a minute, if they turned into pigs and they ate a pig, I wonder. And then the whole episode goes, and then it's just the end credits. You see this guy go off to the screen left, the green fart thing, come back onto the right as a pig, and then all your heroes that you know and love, who are the good guys, chase this little prick stage left. And then you just hear a thump.
Just some Keystone Cops bullshit, but it's suggesting cannibalism and murder.
I don't understand. Like, I remember watching, like, I got a hold of a copy of Heavy Metal when I was a kid. That was enough to mess me up. But the sequel was terrible, by the way. They did
The sequel is horrible.
Garbage.
But the first one, I watched it way too young because it was on, I think it was on Cinemax. And I had a TV in my room and I was like, cool, animation, classic animation. I can't wait to check it out. And I watched it and I was like, of course I whacked off, but was it okay to do? I don't know.
Yeah, well, that one wasn't for children, though. Like, they never said this is for kids.
No,
this isn't Whack Fu. Well, you were playing Whack Fu, the home game, but this wasn't Whack Fu. This wasn't the creatures of Farthing Place take their life into their own hands. Do you want to know the dangers of the world, little boy?
I
Watch
don't.
the cute little creatures at Farthing Place. No! Who will die this week that you love? I just bought the plushy figurine. You buy a little fox and you could like undo a Velcro patch, just red ribbons come out the middle.
That's what yeah. you get the little mice, but you squeeze it and a thorn pops out.
Yeah. Or Zinglets. So, you can have a badger, but you squeeze it and just like maggots pop out of several small holes. And the eyes fall out. It's cute. It's for
the little
kids.
plastic figures, you actually have a raven that comes with it that just swoops down. And when you hit the little mice, they just blow apart.
So this is why I was steering you away from the Wallace and Gromit thing, because this is where I want you to think Wallace and Gromit. That's
Okay.
what this kind of looks like to me. And this just reeks of kids stuff. This is Finnish, okay?
No, we still have a few minutes left in the show.
Ha
Ah! I gotta pee. Hold on. We're gonna pause.
Dad jokes. No.
Yeah. I don't mind announcing it. So it's cool to pee in a washing machine, right? Because it all just goes away.
Did you pee in yours?
I mean, I peed in some.
Did you own the machine that you peed in?
Yes. Well,
Okay, no, then you're doing it wrong. You pee at other people's machines, and as long as you got away with it, it's fine. If nobody sees you, go for it. I once puked in a dryer, and I definitely got caught. When you wake up next to it, there's really no denying what you have done.
No. Is this yours? I have no. Yes, that is mine.
I'm guessing you only took one step up, though. You pissed in a hole in your floor, didn't you?
I refuse to.
I
plead the fifth. I will not implicate myself. I would like to. I'd like to conference with legal counsel on this.
Larry has a hole where a toilet should be above currently.
Well, somebody, I maybe before I started therapy, we were having a lot of problems with this downstairs bathroom, and I maybe got angry and and just made it so that no one could use it, which I was given permission to do. Nicole said yes, just get rid of it, and I was like, "You got it," and. Although I think she conveniently, and she listens to this show, but I think she conveniently forgot that she was like, yes, rip it apart. Because now she's like, I really wish we had that back. And I was like, I mean.
Well, that particular one ain't never a coming back.
Yeah, I could do something with it, but it ain't right. And
I think I need that on a shirt. I could do something with it, but it ain't right.
I feel like that should be, Zig and Larry were a topic. I can do something with it, but it ain't right.
Well, we've discussed the likelihood that your children may in fact die. We've discussed cannibalism being a real thing.
Yes.
And now in Finland, we're going for just pure unadulterated terror and death.
Oh.
In the form of a Wallace and Gromit stop motion, something called the Moomins.
Well, I'm already terrified. This is why I leave a light on when Nicole's not home.
I'm going to read this word for word.
I don't want to be got by the Moomins.
This is from Correct. I couldn't do this first paragraph any better, so it's for sense, so I'm just going to say it. I'm quoting. The only things kids under 5 demand out of their TV screens are pretty colors, catchy tunes, and characters with annoyingly high-pitched voices. It's that simple, and I agree.
That's what I demand from my porn, too.
There you go. The Moomins pretty much delivers. This classic Finnish stop-motion show stars a race of wide-eyed, mouthless, semi-anthropomorphic hippos called the Moomins. So you can basically, from that, figure out what they are. They're just they look like hippos or little Wallace and Gromit-looking things. They walk around, and they're cute for kids. Let's see. They live in this cute little, valley, blah, blah, blah. It's popular with all sorts of friendly animals. There's cheerful children. Everything's happy and pleasant. But then out of nowhere, in several episodes, comes something called Groke. And everything turns to shit. The Groke out of nowhere. It's not even a theme in a lot of episodes. It's just enough reoccurring to make the kids scream and cry. I'm being told to pause.
We had a malfunction. There, that should work. I am sorry, Zig.
That's all right. Should we go back, or are we still there, you think?
Yeah, I think we're good. It just when I put up you saw it immediately. We had a technical malfunction because we are working with some of the most high tech. How do you spell Moomins?
Moomins, I think.
Okay. Just wanna help us out with some visuals here.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right. So
I lost my spot. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so I was going to a crescendo, Larry, and then we had a thing. So yeah, so those are Moomins. So here's the thing. So Moomins, they look like that. They look adorable. They're like fucking Teletubbies, but they're Finnish and they're hippos. But then there's the Groke. The Groke kind of looks like if a California raisin was made by shit, but like was possessed by demons. It's terrible. It's like indescribably terrifying creature, and for no reason. And you never actually see it move. It just slips in between frames, like just like a flash of like, yeah, out of goddamn nowhere.
okay, how do you spell it?
Groke. Groke. There you go.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
no,
Groke.
that's fucking.
Yeah. So
See, and that's why I leave the light on, because that's what stares at me when I sleep.
Here we go. Moonman, the Groke. Yeah. So this thing just like pops up in between it, because remember, this is stop motion. So you don't see it move, just things like flash at you, like coming at you live. And so it slips between seconds. Its gaze fixed on your soul. It emits a low, horrible breathing sound like the recording of death itself. The worst part, it apparently kills everything it touches, or at least comes near it. A butterfly was flashing next to it, and it just falls dead. It happens to plants and trees surrounding it. And what I think is really interesting is that not only is every character in the show terrified of the Groke, they never explain what it is, why it is, other than the fact that it is terror incarnate. At one point, one episode, apparently the Groke comes in. The Moomin's father, Moonman Papa, excuse me, he gets everybody into the house, gets them to hide, and runs and grabs a shotgun. You see this fucking hippo holding a shotgun, peering out the window between the curtains because the thing's in the garden. He's just there, and that's it. Just like, and then the next day they go out, apparently in this episode, and the entire garden is frozen and dead, where everything before was lush and light and vibrant, and that's all you know. Just the Groke will come fucking get you and kill you, and there's nothing you or Dad and the shotgun can do for you.
Well, I just want everyone to know that you can purchase a Groke plush doll on eBay.
If you squeeze it, do fucking maggots come out?
I'm assuming that it's actually a prehensile penis.
Now, some of these look kind of cute, but I don't know, man. I don't know if there's an episode where we find out that the Groke just really needs to be loved, but Moonman Papa came out with a fucking gat at one point to get the bitch out of the garden.
Yeah, it was not a good day because Papa Moomin was going to have to use his AK.
I got another quote from Cracked. It's never explained what the Groke is or where it comes from. It seems specifically designed to teach kids about the randomness and inevitability of death, which apparently is more important in Finland than learning the ABCs. Shit like that.
Look at this creeper staring in the window.
Yeah, that's why Papa Moomin got the fucking shotgun.
That's what I know stares at me in my sleep, which is why I have to leave a light on so that he will leave me alone. Look at this glowy-eyed mother. I knew a guy like this that lived in Decatur, and we would chase him off with sticks and sharp objects. What the fuck, my guy? Look at this. Look at this.
This is what Finnish children watch while they're having their Finnish breakfast, whatever the fucking Finnish
the mukios.
Sure.
We are enjoying our mukios watching the Groke.
That is very effeminate German Swede.
It's very effeminate German. All my German accents are effeminate.
Although I wouldn't know what a Finnish accent sounded like if I heard it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Side note, apparently, outside of this cartoon, Finland is the happiest country in the world. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the Groke. But unless they just accept death at a very early age, and that's what I saw. That's the fucking picture right there. That's the one that looks like a possessed turd coming to get you and eat your soul.
Oh no, thank you. Damn it.
Yeah.
God.
There's a shit demon.
Damn it. What is it? Look at this.
That's for kids. You can get yourself a plushie of that. Why doesn't little Finnish Billy, I can't come up with a Finnish child's name, ever come out of the closet anymore? Oh, the Groke is eating his soul in there.
Yeah.
And then we got him some of these this cartoon from England that he really liked until Mrs. Pheasant became dinner, and then he just cries now.
This is what Pat Benatar was singing about when she said hell is for children.
This is why French children smoke.
Like I said, they get them light cigarettes because those are for babies. Okay, but
now somebody's just taking a little creative license.
Yeah, someone took a little creative license, but okay.
Now, Larry's just, every time I mention something, Larry's doing a Google search and putting it up on the screen. So check us out at our YouTube channel at ZingularIgnnoreTopic.com, ZingularIgnnoreTopic on YouTube, and you'll see what Larry has pulled up to entertain himself. Those are all the biggies that I wanted to do. There's a couple more. Remember Watership Down?
Yeah.
With all the rabbits that drowned and died?
Oh, I sure do. Yeah.
Well, from the team that brought you that, apparently in Britain again, they brought you something called plague dogs. The Plague Dogs is it's based on another book. Watership Down was a novel. The Plague Dogs was a book written by the exact same fucking dude. So this guy has just got a hard on for taking cute little animals and making them a nightmare. And then the same people who brought you the animated Watership Down, they did the Plague Dogs. Here's just a little recap of it. Here's a couple of nice scenes. It's about wartime something, fucking a bunch of dogs. I don't really know. I know that scene one is literally a dog who is just thrown in a gigantic vat of water, desperate for breath, drowns, slowly falls to the bottom, and they fish him out with a hook on his collar. They bring him up. So that's him. So he doesn't get to play with his buddies no more. Somewhere else, but these dogs are like running through this like fucking just bomb shit out wasteland. They come across a hunter. And like after all this horror, right? The hunter's got a gun, looks at one of the dogs. And then he puts the gun down. And he just wants to pet the puppy. And like all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe life isn't just all shit and drowned dogs and weird fucking cartoons that the British kids see, so that, you know, the fucking air raid sirens don't sound so terrible anymore. And then the puppy goes to jump on the nice farmer to lick his face, and he accidentally trips on the trigger and blows the fucking guy's head off.
No! Holy shit!
And they show him dead. They show him shot in the face.
What the fuck, Britain?
And then the dog just goes off into the sunset knowing he's a murderer, and that life is terrible.
Rover killed a farmer, and now his life is on the run.
God, if I ever have a child, I'm going to sit them down. I'm going to force them to watch The Rats of Nim, Watership Down, and Plague Dogs in that order and say, now will you see? Do you see?
Do you see?
So that's what happens when something beautiful like John Dealerman prompts a nice little click hole, and you find cartoons that make me go, God damn, that's fucked up. And I'm audibly laughing with my feet in the air, stone cold sober. My wife's going, what's so funny? I'm like, this cartoon where these fucking pheasants get eaten and the little baby mice die. And then like there's this one where this dog just like jumps up on his master's lap and shoots him in the face. I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, you should. Yeah,
that's probably for the best. I'll just stay here on the couch. In fact, I'm gonna go out, sleep on the porch. That's what I'm gonna do.
The problem is I have to follow her because like I can't. I go to bed at the same time she does, regardless, because the clomp thud, clomp thud. Damn it! Inevitably that I do when I move. It just wakes her up, and it's just not fun. So that's our show. What'd you learn, Larry? I really wanted to give you something whimsical and then just throw horrible in your face and just watch it ricochet off your dome until the grim reality set in.
I learned that I'm really grateful that I grew up in America because and that we didn't have the internet when I was a kid, because my father would have forced me to watch all of those cartoons to prepare me for the world. So that's what I learned. I'm pretty grateful that I had like gummy bears and Dungeons and Dragons. Where
watch the Mr. and Mrs. Pheasant episode while eating KFC and crying into your bucket.
What'd you learn, buddy?
I learned to please like and subscribe, Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic, wherever you get your podcasts from. In any country, cartoons are terrifying.
Yep, and give us if you're listening on iTunes, 5-star rating, leave a review, please. Just even if it's you guys are dickheads, that helps. It helps the algorithm. Please, just there's reviews, like people have rated it, and it's very not. But if you just 2 words, just go fuck, and that's, you know what, all of you that are listening right now, if you're listening on iTunes, I want that to be the review. 5 stars. Go fuck.
Go fuck.
No, it makes it easy.
Today I learned a little something about algorithms, Larry. That's what I learned.
Yep. Algorithm. Hey, cinnamon beer.
I skipped over the Spanish one that was from one of the guys that brought you like Up and those like Pixar cartoons. It's about a little girl whose soul gets trapped in a doll. It's a short.
I bet it is.
It ends with her just looking around in horror from the inside of a porcelain doll.
No, God.
For no adequately explored reason.
Right. No, God.
Yeah, apparently there's a real like a scene from like the old Tool videos from the 90s, like those terrible stop motion. So like there's just a scene where she's like being enveloped into the doll, where it's just like all like a strobe light. It's just like a bunch of like baby dolls, eyeless, naked, piled on top of each other, and you just hear screaming in the background. So remember how you said you sleep with a nightlight? Sturgeons ain't so fucking scary, are they, pal?
I'm not sleeping at all tonight. That's great. Just me at a shotgun and all the lights on.
Shotgun didn't help the Moomins, man.
Well, did Papa Moomin pull the trigger on the Groke?
On himself, just to avoid the horror that is watching the Groke.
Just like the end of The Mist. That's the last episode of the Moomins.
Yep.
The Groke is staring in the window, and Papa's just like, just turn around. Everything's gonna bam, bam, bam.
Yep.
And then, as soon as he puts it in his mouth, that's when the Moomin squad shows up, and it's like, everything's gonna be okay. And he's like, oh no, what did I do?
And they say, remember, Finland's the happiest country in the world. Papa Moomin was the only suicide for the last 18 years of the entire country.
Papa Moomin, that's the thing. Papa Moomin he just drinks a lot, and the scarecrow that's out in the garden, he's just like, it's the Groke, and they're like, it's a scarecrow. Don't you fucking tell me what it, just brandishing the shotgun.
He's in the fermented fucking shark that's in the backyard again. Papa Moomin's lost his mind.
God damn it, Papa Moomin. Well, that's I'm gonna have to go watch. I gotta go watch some Winnie the Pooh. I think that's what I gotta, and not like when I'm not talking sad Winnie the Pooh with oh Christopher Robin, you're all grown up, and nope, just Winnie the Pooh getting fucking drunk on honey and getting into some antics, because there's always a happy ending.
Wandering around pantsless, begging people to start some shit.
Yeah,
that's my buddy Winnie.
That's my boy Winnie the Pooh. Oh bother, I've forgotten my pants again.
No, but then you have to watch Eeyore barely cling on to not fucking cavorking himself.
You know what though? I saw a meme where they were like, "Hey, Eeyore was the sad friend. He was the depressed friend. He was always down, but his friends were always be like, nope, you're coming to the party. Nope, you're coming on this adventure with us. Nope." And every time Eeyore would be like, all right. And then at the end he'd be like, that was kind of okay. So, check on your depressed friends. Sometimes you do have to drag their asses out to go do fun shit.
It's okay to force feed Eeyore Hal doll is what we've learned today.
Well, if anyone's willing and
It's
able,
an antipsychotic, I think. I got to read these labels of what I've been taking.
I just shoved 3 Prozacs up my ass and had swallow a half a bottle of ecstasy, and
Of course, I know how to use a suppository. What do you think I'm doing? Shoving them up my ass?
Oh, hey, guess what, buddy?
What's that, pal?
I love you.
I love you back.
You know what I don't love?
The Groke coming to get you.
Yeah, fuck. God damn.
Sturgeon, apparently.
And I don't love sturgeon. They're big and scary. That's the Groke. A sturgeon is just the Groke that learned how to walk on land. We should end this episode.
Yeah, let's put it to bed.
Okay.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.